I've visited presidential libraries, museums, monuments, and historical landmarks all across America, but nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared me for what I was about to experience on Chicago's South Side. This isn't just another presidential library. It's a place that challenges everything you think a presidential center can be. Today, I'm taking you inside the Obama Presidential Center. And by the end of this video, I'll let you decide whether it's one of the greatest presidential legacies ever built. I hope that what I show you stirs the desire for you to get there, if you haven't seen it already. The Obama Presidential Center is like nothing you've ever seen. And no, I'm not trying to be extra here. This is the most accurate way that I can describe what I experienced. As previously mentioned, that I've been to monuments and historical landmarks all across the country. But the Obama Presidential Center occupies a category all in its own. It is more than a building, more than a museum, more than an architectural masterpiece. It's an experience that challenges you to think, invites you to participate, and leaves you asking not simply what did I learn, but what can I do? From the moment you arrive, one thing becomes unmistakably clear. This was never intended to be a monument to the past. It is a living investment in the future. And there's quiet irony in that. The very people whom much of America underestimated, undervalued, questioned, and at times sought to marginalize, have created something that now stands unmatched in both vision and purpose. Barack and Michelle Obama transformed obstacles into opportunities, criticism into conviction, and doubt into determination. Rather than responding to history with resentment, they answered it excellence. And excellence is the thread woven throughout every aspect of the center. Not the kind of excellence measured by marble walls or soaring glass alone, although the architecture is breathtaking, but excellence measured by imagination, intentionality, and the unwavering belief that ordinary people can accomplish extraordinary things when they are empowered to lead. There's a saying that the view is always better from the mountaintop. The Obama Presidential Center feels like standing at the highest pinnacle of that mountain, a place where history, culture, education, community, and hope converge into something larger than any one individual. It shares a vision of Barack and Michelle Obama, whose partnership transformed personal achievement into a lasting gift for generations to come. It does not simply commemorate a presidency, it evaluates the very idea of what a presidential center can be. And yeah, there were moments when I found myself smiling. And more than once, I thought, this is not your grandfather's presidential library. Every turn offered another surprise, another innovative feature, another reminder that this place was designed not merely to preserve history, but to inspire future history makers. Throughout this video, I invite you to walk through the Obama Presidential Center with me. Together, we'll explore its remarkable design, its deeper meaning, and why I believe it represents one of the most significant cultural and educational achievements of the 21st century. This is not simply the story of the Presidential Center. It is the story of vision overcoming limitation, possibility triumphing over doubt, and excellence rising above every expectation. To learn more about the ideas that shaped Barack Obama long before he entered the White House, read his book, The Audacity of Hope. In this thoughtful and deeply personal book, Obama shares his vision for America, reflecting on democracy, faith, opportunity, race, and the importance of finding common ground in a divided nation. It offers the reader a deeper understanding of the principles that influenced his presidency and continue to shape conversations about America's future. The Obama Presidential Center brings those ideas to life through immersive exhibits, personal stories, and a call to civic engagement. You can find this book in our Black History Library at the link in the description. Own it and share it with your family, because the story of Barack Obama and the Obama Presidential Center only makes sense when you understand the story that came before it. Now, before we dive into the Obama Presidential Center itself, let me set the stage. My beautiful wife, Mari, and I flew into Chicago from Dallas. Our family made the trip from several corners of the country to share in this memorable experience. Derek and Carol, along with their two daughters, Deja and Kayla, drove from Cummings, Georgia, just outside of Atlanta. My sister-in-law, Michelle, and our niece, Gabby, flew in from Boston. It quickly became more than a sightseeing trip. It became a family gathering centered around history, learning, and making lasting memories. We rented an Airbnb about 40 miles from downtown Chicago, and I have to say, it exceeded every expectation. The home was beautiful, comfortable, and the communication with the owners was absolutely seamless. Hey, since I'm happy to give credit where credit is due, I'll offer a shameless but well-earned plug here. If you're planning to visit Chicago and this property fits your needs, I wholeheartedly recommend it. In our book, it earned a well-deserved 5-star rating. Of course, no trip to Chicago would be complete without experiencing a few local traditions. We enjoyed our first authentic Chicago dog at Portillo's and indulged in deep dish pizza at Luca's. Let me just say, both lived up to the hype, and every bite was worth it. As if that weren't enough, our visit coincided with Derek and Carol's wedding anniversary, giving us another reason to celebrate. Good food, good company, plenty of laughs, and a weekend built around history. It was the perfect combination. Now, with full stomachs and even fuller anticipation, it was finally time to experience the Obama Presidential Center. The event drew the world's attention to Chicago's South Side, a community that for decades endured the effects of white flight and institutional disinvestment following the Great Migration. The neighborhood served as the backdrop for a gathering of remarkable global significance. Amongst those in attendance were former German Chancellor Angela Merkel, former Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and former Italian Prime Minister Matteo Renzi. They were joined by former presidents and first ladies, along with leaders in business, entertainment, sports, philanthropy, education, and public service. For one extraordinary day, the South Side of Chicago became the meeting place for some of the world's most influential voices. Traveling to the Presidential Center, you can't help but take in the beauty of Chicago. Although the Presidential Center has parking, we parked in downtown Chicago under the beam and rode the metro. The ride takes less than 20 minutes. When we arrived, I didn't see the illusion of a sea of salt with only a sprinkle of pepper. I saw America. I saw Black families dancing beside white families. I saw Hispanic and Puerto Rican families, Asian Americans, indigenous people, and people whose backgrounds reflected every corner of the nation and of the world. Different cultures, different stories, different generations. Yet, for that moment, they were united by one shared experience. I found myself thinking, this is America at its best. The diversity before me wasn't manufactured or symbolic. It was genuine. It was vibrant. It was beautiful. And amazingly, throughout the entire experience, Not one sound of negativity, not one incident of disparaging anyone at any time. Just pure elation and enjoyment. And then another thought crossed my mind. This is the America that some people seem to fear, resent, or even wish away. Yet it remains one of our nation's greatest and most enduring strengths. It cannot be legislated out of existence, erased from our history, or diminished by political rhetoric. This is what's woven into the very fabric of the nation, and it ain't a damn thing anyone can do to make it disappear. Folks, due to the size and the amount of information, I've decided to break this down into a two-part video. Today, we'll cover the museum, but remember, the museum is only one aspect of the Obama Presidential Center. The center consumes 19.3 acres of land. So let's get started. As I walked towards the museum, I was overcome with a wave of emotions. I thought about my grandparents arriving in Toledo, Ohio during the Great Migration. I thought about being born during the Jim Crow era. I remembered my mother's pride when she earned her GED, allowing her to work at Frisch's Big Boy while also cleaning houses to help support our family. I thought about my father, a veteran, being forced to buy our home in a redlined neighborhood after being turned away by a homeowner whose deed declared, "I cannot sell, rent, nor lease this property to anyone other than the Caucasian race." I thought about the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a man who gave his life fighting for rights that white Americans were allowed to enjoy simply by being born. Rights that for Black Americans have too often required blood, sacrifice, and relentless perseverance to secure the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But my emotions didn't end there. As I lifted my eyes to the words wrapped around the museum, grief gave way to overwhelming joy and immense pride. Words that say, "You are America." Unconstrained by habit and convention, unencumbered by what is, ready to seize what ought to be. For everywhere in this country, there are first steps to be taken. There are new grounds to cover, and there are more bridges to be crossed. America is not the project of any one person. The single most powerful word in our democracy is the word we. We, the people, we shall overcome. Yes, we can. That word is owned by no one. It belongs to everyone. Oh, what a glorious task we are given to continually try to improve this nation of ours. Those words on that building surmised for me our ability to push back against what one of my favorite authors, Dr. Eddie Glaude, says in his new book, America USA, How Race Shadows the Nation's Anniversaries. In the book, he explains how the pattern of some white Americans' behavior that suggests that they believe that freedom is theirs to give and to take away, and that they are the ones who gets to determine who's American and who's not. But based on what I saw and what I believe, we have the power to determine that. The Obama Presidential Center was designed by world-renowned Todd Williams and Billy Sane. They designed the Obama Presidential Center, which includes the Museum Tower, with the primary motivation of creating an innovative center for citizenship that acts as a welcoming, contemplative space for civic action and community engagement, which President and Michelle Obama echoes. Per the Obamas, the Presidential Center is for you, not them. The striking shape of the 225-foot museum tower was inspired by four hands coming together, a gesture of coming together in collaboration that reflects Barack Obama's me to we vision. A visit to the Obama Presidential Center isn't just an opportunity to learn about a presidency. It's a chance to discover the remarkable journey of the woman who stood beside it. In the book Becoming, Michelle Obama shares her deeply personal story, from her childhood on Chicago's South Side to becoming First Lady of the United States. With honesty, humor, and resilience, she invites readers into the experience that shaped her values, her family, and unwavering commitment to service. The Obama Presidential Center celebrates the power of ordinary people to create extraordinary change. And the book Becoming perfectly reflects that mission. As you explore the exhibits, highlighting leadership, community, and civic engagement, Michelle Obama's memoir adds a powerful personal perspective to the story. Reading the book Becoming alongside your visit will leave you with a deeper appreciation for the values that inspired the Obama family, and a reminder that your own story has the power to inspire others. Once again, you can find this book in our Black History Library at the link in the description. Own it, read it, and share it with your family. The museum building at the Obama Presidential Center is an 8-story tower where the core exhibition spaces span 4 floors, from levels 2 through 5, before taking an elevator up to the top floor called the Sky Room. The theme on level 2 is Toward a More Perfect Union. Here you'll see The Path to the Presidency. This exhibit chronicles the people, events, and movements that shaped the lives of Barack and Michelle Obama, leading up to their political rise. The floor celebrates the historic 2008 presidential campaign with interactive and textile displays, including over 400 colorful campaign buttons, posters, magazine covers, and custom sneakers. It honors the civil rights movement and the ordinary people, organizers, volunteers, and supporters who drove grassroots actions and social change. You'll find highly personal items such as a handprint from a preschool-aged Obama, alongside new video recordings of the former president discussing his own history and the nation's progress. Now on to the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor of the Obama Presidential Center Museum is titled Working for the Common Good. This level focuses on the Obama administration's work during his 2 terms in office, highlighting major accomplishments, challenges it faced, and the work that remains unfinished. Rather than simply displaying artifacts, the floor encourages you to think about how government can improve people's everyday lives and how citizens can continue to work. You can expect exhibits on many of the defining initiatives of the Obama presidency, including the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, with interactive exhibits explaining the efforts to expand health insurance coverage, including tactile displays and the president's signature on the legislation. Economic recovery, the response to the Great Recession, including efforts to stabilize the economy and the auto industry. Climate change, initiatives to reduce carbon emissions and promote clean energy. Science and technology, the administration's emphasis on innovation, STEM education, and bringing scientists and technologists into government. Marriage equality and civil rights, the evolution of federal policy on LGBTQ+ rights and broader civil rights issues. Criminal justice reform, efforts to reform sentencing laws and expand opportunities for rehabilitation. Foreign policy and national security, key moments from Obama's presidency, including diplomacy, military decisions, and international partnerships. Community organization and civil leadership. Throughout the floor, you are reminded that lasting change comes from ordinary people working together, reflecting Obama's roots as a community organizer. The exhibits are highly interactive. using large multimedia presentations, touchscreen displays, video messages from President Obama reflecting on decisions made in office, original artifacts and documents, and opportunities for you to consider how they can contribute to your own community. The fourth floor is one of the most interactive levels in the Obama Presidential Center Museum. The museum was designed as a fully digital, highly interactive experience, and the fourth floor is where you will become immersed in President Obama's time in office rather than simply viewing artifacts behind glass. Some of the interactive experiences on the fourth floor include a full-scale replica of the Oval Office, which we did not get to go in, by the way. We could see it, but it was so many people, we just did not get the chance to go in there. However, that just leaves way for us to go back at a later time. But in there, you can walk through the room, sit behind the Resolute desk, and explore multimedia displays explaining how presidential decisions are made. There's digital exhibits that lets you explore key events of his presidency, including healthcare reform, economic recovery, diplomacy, and major speeches. There's touchscreen displays featuring photographs, documents, videos, and stories that allow you to choose what you want to learn more about. There's immersive multimedia presentations using large format video and audio to place you inside pivotal moments of the Obama administration. There's hands-on accessibility features, including tactile exhibits, braille, raised graphics, and interactive controls designed so people of all abilities can engage with the content. The fourth floor also displays several iconic artifacts, including the Nobel Peace Prize, flag carried by SEAL Team 6 during the Osama bin Laden mission, Michelle Obama's inaugural gowns, and other personal items. These are displayed alongside digital storytelling rather than as traditional museum cases. The fifth floor of the museum is the final exhibition level, unlike the lower floors, which focuses on family stories, the presidency, and major policy achievements. The fifth floor is designed to answer a different question. What comes next? It shifts the focus away from President Obama and towards you, the visitor, and emphasizes that democracy depends on the participation of ordinary citizens. One of the signature experiences on the fifth floor is the Yes We Can exhibit. Inspired by the slogan of the 2008 presidential campaign, it explores how people working together can bring about meaningful change. The exhibit demonstrates that social movements are built not by one leader alone, but by millions of individuals who choose to become involved in their communities. The exhibits encourage you to think about questions such as, how can I make a difference in my community? What does good citizenship look like? How can one person's actions inspire others? What responsibilities come with democracy? Through interactive displays, videos, and personal stories, you are invited to reflect on how you can contribute to the ongoing work of building a stronger nation. Like the rest of the museum, the fifth floor incorporates technology throughout. You encounter interactive multimedia displays, videos featuring community organizers and everyday Americans, digital storytelling that connects historical events to present-day civic actions, opportunities to record or share personal reflections and commitments to community service. The fifth floor is intentionally quieter and more reflective than the floors below. After learning about the challenges and accomplishments of the Obama presidency, visitors are encouraged to consider that history is not something that only happened in the past. It's something each generation continues to shape. This floor reinforces one of President Obama's most consistent messages. Democracy is not a spectator sport. And last but not least, the Sky Room. The Sky Room is the emotional and architectural climate of the Obama Presidential Center Museum, located on level 8, approximately 180 feet above the campus. It is a peaceful sanctuary designed to give you a moment of pause, reflect, and look forward to the future after completing the museum's exhibits. Panoramic views of Chicago. Floor-to-ceiling windows surround the Sky Room, offering breathtaking views of Jackson Park, Chicago's South Side, Chicago's West Side, Lake Michigan, and portions of the downtown skyline. These are not just scenic views. They are the neighborhoods that shaped Barack and Michelle Obama and where they began their careers in public service. Looking up, you see the Sky of Hope, a monumental artwork by Pakistani-British artist Idris Khan. The ceiling is composed thousands of hand-stamped words given from President Obama's 2015 speech commemorating the 50th anniversary of the Selma to Montgomery voting rights marches. The overlapping words gradually rise towards the rim of light, creating the impression that hope and history continue upward beyond the room itself. The installation symbolizes that democracy is an unfinished project and that every generation has a role in carrying it forward. You are America. One of the room's most striking features are the giant concrete letters built into the exterior of the museum. From inside the Sky Room, you look through these enormous words which illuminate at night. As previously mentioned, the installation displays an excerpt from one of President Obama's favorite speeches. You are America, unconstrained by habit or convention. The single most powerful word in our democracy is the word we. Yes, we can. President Obama has said that he hopes these words serve as a beacon of courage and hope for future generations. Although the views are spectacular, the Sky Room is not simply an observation deck. It was intentionally designed as a place for contemplation. The museum's final message: by the time you reach the Sky Room, you will have traveled through the story of the Obama's lives, the presidency, and the challenges and triumphs of American democracy. The Sky Room offers no new historical exhibits. Instead, it leaves you with one final idea. The story of America is still being written. Before I close, I want to address a few questions. On his late night show, Bill Maher stated, "It looks like something aliens built in Dubai. It cost $850 million. I don't understand why progressives like this. Couldn't that money be spent better somewhere else? Who's going to go to this? And does anyone need a presidential library anyway? As for its appearance, I answered that question earlier in the video explaining the motivation behind the world-renowned architect's design. As for the cost, isn't it ironic how he never considered who will benefit from the center being on the south side of Chicago? Thank you, President and Michelle Obama, for investing in people and not things. Well, as for who's going to go to it, before we left the city, the museum was sold out through the month of October 2026. The Obama Presidential Center was intentionally designed as a civic space where people gather, learn, engage, and serve their communities, not simply a place to shelve books and archive documents. Criticize it if you want, but at least be intelligent enough to criticize it for what it is, not what you imagine it to be. What I've shared with you today is only the museum portion of the Obama Presidential Center, the part that tells the story, preserves the history, and invites us to reflect on the journey that brought us here. But the Obama Presidential Center is much more than a museum. It sits on 19.3 acres on the south side of Chicago and was designed as a living, breathing space for community, education, service, and civic engagement. The museum is where we learn from the past. The rest of the Presidential Center is where we are challenged to help shape the future. We'll cover that next week, where I'll see you at the next video.